Okay, we're going to begin lying on our back on the foam roller. But before we get on the foam roller, I want you to grab your second to heaviest loop band and your second to heaviest TheraBand. And with the YouniquelyFit kit, that is our purple loop band and our blue TheraBand. You're going to thread the TheraBand through the loop band, creating what looks like a reformer strap so that you can put your foot into that loop band. Now, with scoliosis, we know we have a convex side and a concave side. Our concave side is our tighter side. It's our lower side. Our convex is our weaker, and it's our higher side. So our focus today is to get that convex side stronger and to get some more flexibility into the concave side to balance out the S-curve. So go ahead and bring that loop band around the foot of your concave side. So that's your dominant side, your dominant leg. You're going to lie supine with your tailbone at the bottom of the roller. And you can gather that band and just kind of rest it down near you because we're going to use it in a second. So the loop band is around the foot and the TheraBand is to your side so that you can use it as a lever. Bring your arms into cactus. We're going to open into a Pec Minor Stretch. So just have that band there. Arms in cactus, holding cactus first. Inhale. Softening the breastbone and sternum in towards the roller, wrapping the shoulder blades around the roller, making sure your head and tailbone are supported on it. Tip your tailbone down, arching the low back, finding that deep lordosis that we live in. And now tuck the pelvis under and see if you can flatten the low back into the roller, pelvic flexion. Our goal today is to stay in between those positions, neutral pelvis. If at any time you feel the front of the thighs and hip flexors grabbing, going into that tuck, that pelvic flexion, is a great way to turn off those overactive hip flexors and quadriceps. So from here, I'm going to have you grab that lever, that TheraBand we've created, with the same arm as the leg it's around. Bring both of your elbows into the floor, pushing them down into the floor for stability. Plug your shoulders down, forearms will pop up, fingers are long. Inhale both legs, the knees can be bent. Lift the shins up so that the legs are perpendicular to the floor, straight up in the air. Point the toes. Legs hip distance apart if you have any back issues. They can be together if you don't. We're going to lower that loaded leg down on our exhale. Exhaling to lower. Inhale, feel your pelvis pull towards the wall in front as you lift that leg back up. And exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. And make sure that sternum is reaching in towards the roller, softening, belly's pulling in towards the spine, chin's lifted so we don't get a strain in the back of the neck. 2 more, 2. And last one, 1. Bend the knees, put the feet down for a second. Interlace your hands behind your head, supporting your head. We're going to crunch up on an inhale and twist away from your dominant side, twisting away from that concave side, back to center and lower down. So we never want to twist towards the concave side. That reinforces the three-dimensional issue of this twisting that's happening because of the overactivity. So we're going to lift up on our inhale and we're going to twist towards our convex, towards our non-dominant side, back to center and lower down. Strengthening the obliques and the lower pelvic floor on our non-dominant side to balance out. Lifting up, we're also getting a nice stretch as we twist in the side body of our concave side where we're tight. Give me 1 more here. Inhale to lift, pelvis pulls forward, lengthening. Don't let your torso get shorter as you go up. Exhale, control it as you go down. Grab that lever with your hand again. Same side. Pin the elbows into the floor. Lift the legs up into the air like we did before, perpendicular. Feet hip distance, legs hip distance apart if you have back issues, together if you don't. And externally rotate your legs from the top of your hips. So make sure it's not from the knees or the ankles. Same exercise here, lowering the loaded leg down on your exhale. Getting a little more into the lateral hamstrings, lower pelvic floor, internal obliques. Plugging the shoulders down, using that breath. Just 2 more. We want to spend more time on the convex side, but we always want to start on the concave side with strength work so the muscle memory will translate to the other side and the movement patterns will be more efficient. 1 more. And bend that knee. Now go fish for that foot if you can up in the air. If not, you can come off of that roller. It's pretty easy to lift the other foot once the other one's down and put the loop band around it. But if you need to come up and off the roller to switch sides, go ahead and do that. So we're going to bring the loop band around our convex sides foot, and we're going to begin with our parallel lowering and lifting. Plantar flex your foot as long as you don't lose the band. Both legs are up. Elbows pinned into the floor. If you can't get your elbows to the floor for one reason or the other, you can push your palms into the ground. Go ahead and lower that leg down on your exhale, taking your time, no racing. Inhale, lift it up. So send that energy through the lower abs, up through the crown of the head. So you're lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee as that leg lowers down, controlling it. As that leg lifts up, the torso lengthens, the pelvis pulls towards the wall in front of you. Give me 5 more on this side, doing extra repetitions to balance that body out. 5, exhale down, and 4. And you can also take the hand of the leg that's on the same side of the leg that's up to the hip to kind of guide that hip and make sure it's not hiking or the leg is not pulling closer towards you. It should be straight up in line with that hip, that extended leg that's isometrically held. 2 more, 2. And last one, you're doing great. Exhale and inhale. Bend the knees, set the band to the side. Let's come back to our crunches, interlacing the hands behind the head, lengthening the torso as you crunch up, working the rectus abdominis, twisting away from the concave side again. So we don't want to twist towards our we don't want to twist towards the concave. We want to twist away from it, engaging the convex side of the abdominals and getting that rotation, countering the rotation that's natural because of the S curve. So 4 more. Just know that you're twisting away from your dominant arm, your dominant side, the lower side due to the S curve. And 3. Last 2, make each one count. Hear those exhales. I want to hear that ujjayi breath. It sounds like the ocean. Bracing the abdominals. 1 more. Up, twisting. Wonderful. From here, gather that band again, lifting those legs back up perpendicular. Remember, they can be hip distance apart or they can be together if you don't have any back issues. Pointing the toes, external rotation from the top of the hip sockets. When you're ready, taking that leg down on your exhale, controlling it. So this does mimic the reformer. The reformer, the legs in straps. But what's nice here is we have the challenge of the stability. With the roller, we're really using those internal abs to stabilize. So we're going to do extra repetitions here. So just stay with it. If at any point in time you feel those hip flexors, the front of the thighs grabbing, tuck that pelvis, find pelvic flexion. Puppy dog tuck of the pelvis. Give me 5 more. 5, using that breath. And 4, softening the breastbone inward, wrapping the shoulder blades around the roller, softening your gaze, closing the eyes if it feels nice. Might be an extra challenge for your proprioception. 1 more. And 1. Bending the knees, placing the feet on the ground. Make your way off your roller very slowly. And we're going to take our heaviest loop band and we're going to bring it around our upper arms above our elbows. From here, we're going to bring our forearms onto our foam roller. So heaviest loop band in our set is our gray loop band. It goes above the elbows. And forearms we're going to place on the foam roller for a forearm plank. Feet hip distance apart if you have back issues, together if you don't. Knee taps from here. I want you to tap your knees down, push those forearms into the roller, pulling out on that band to feel the scapular stabilizers. Tap the knees down. Exhale, tap them down. Inhale, pick them up. Exhale, tap them down. Inhale, pick them up. Exhale, inner thighs resist as you lower. Inhale, pelvis pulls towards the feet as you lift. Feel that energy. Exhale, pelvic floor muscles lift in and up. So as the pelvis pulls down, the pelvic floor muscles lift in and up. Shoulder blades together. Puff up your serratus, your shoulder blade anchor by pulling the shoulder blades together. Lift the chin a few inches. Give me 2 more. 2. You've got this. Last 1. And 1. Glide that loop band down to your wrist. Sit back into child's pose, pulling out on the wrist with the band on, yes, palms facing in. forehead down, sitting heavy on the heels. Here, inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. And one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Great job. We're going to move into some back work. I'd like you to grab a 3-pound weight. And that's all you are going to need. You're going to come into all fours position with the 3-pound weight in your concave side. So your dominant arm has that weight. Other hand is going to be down on the floor. Knees under the hips, wrist under the shoulders. Go ahead and pull that arm right by your hip. Straight arm, straight elbow. Extend the opposite leg behind you. Finding your balance. Soft bend in your supporting knee. Now we're going to bend the elbow and that knee coming into pelvic flexion, rounding the body, tucking the chin towards the chest, and then we're going to extend back out. Inhale here and exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And watch that the hips don't hike. Don't stack your hips here. Keep the bony protrusions of the hips square to the floor. Good. Keep that going. 2 more. 2. And last one. 1. Switching immediately to the convex side. If your arms are fatiguing, you can move into child's pose again. If not, let's take it to that other side. Finding it first. So if you're struggling with the movement, just remember the elbow and knee are bent at the same time and they're extended at the same time. And it's a nice way to tone up the tricep posterior delts, engage the lower abs, work on that pelvic flexion, which feels so good to counter the extension we're in constantly. Plug the shoulders down. If the neck is straining, just lift the chin at the top when you extend your leg and arm and feel the neck flexors engaging a little bit more. You're doing great. Extra repetitions here. I'm going to call it out when you have 5 remaining. So just keep breathing, working through it. You can isometrically hold if you've had enough of the crunching, or you can stick with the crunching. Great for the abs, full body workout. Great. Give me 5 and 4. Squaring the pelvis to the floor. 3. Soft bend in the supporting elbow. 2. And last one. And 1. Wonderful. From here, set that weight to the side. And we're going to grab our second to lightest loop band and our second to lightest TheraBand. And with the YouniquelyFit kit, that is our green loop band and our red TheraBand. Take that TheraBand through the loop band like we did for our ab work, creating a lever. And then you're going to sit with your legs extended in front of you. So with the legs in front of you, you're going to put the loop band around both feet. And you're going to gather the ends of the TheraBand in both hands. So from here, we're going to move into a little serratus anterior work, bringing our arms up into 2 right angles. Elbows are at the same height as the shoulders. Sitting up tall. Hold it here. Inhale. Concave side, dominant arm, elbow pulses back. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Inhale, plug your shoulders down. Exhale, pulse that shoulder back. So elbow and forward. Yes, good. Pulse. 2, sit up taller, shoulder blades together. 3, 4. Inhale, pelvis grounds down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back as you pulse that elbow back. Same side, pulse it back. 2, 3, 4. Give me 1 more. Inhale, brace those abs and pulse that elbow back. 2, 3, and 4. Take a forward fold over the legs, holding on to the outsides of your heels or calves, allowing that flexion to relax the mind. Take some deep breaths into your low back. Each inhale, pelvis pulls towards the floor. Each exhale, inner thighs pull back, deepening you into the posture. Let's make our way back up to our comfortable seat. Elbows lifted. And when you're ready from here, I'm going to have you pulse back your convex side, your non-dominant arm, and add a twist. So pulsing back with a twist, pulsing back, 2, 3, 4. So we're twisting away from our concave side, that dominant side. Elbows are high. Inhale, exhale, pulse and twist. Elbow pushes back, staying as high as the shoulder. and back to center. Inhale and exhale, pulse, twist. 2, 3, 4. 3 more sets, elbows high. Inhale. Exhale, pulse it back. 2, 3, 4. Last 2 sets. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back as you pulse. Low abs tight. 2, 3, 4. And one more time. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, elbow pulses back. 2, 3, and 4. Wonderful. Take that forward fold once more. Releasing over the legs. Breathing here. Inhale 1. Going to 3. Exhale 1. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Again, inhale, pelvis pulls towards the floor. Exhale, inner thighs pull back towards the wall behind you. Go ahead and wrap the band around the fingers again from the end of the band, thumbs on the outside. Pin your elbows this time to the side of your body. External rotator cuff, starting with your concave side. So the arm goes out like this, forearm opens, and wrist stays nice and flat. Working that concave side first for muscle memory purposes, then we'll do extra reps on our convex side. Sitting up tall. Good. Exhale to pull out on the band. Inhale to pull your pelvis down to the floor to sit up taller as you come in on the band. So inner thighs pulling back, lifting you up on the top of your sits bones, low abs in. One more on this side. Good. If you need a release, take it. If not, let's go immediately to the convex side. Opening that forearm. So the elbows pinch in by the side body. I see a lot of people breaking at the wrist, and then it becomes a wrist exercise. So keep your wrist flat and focus on the forearm moving through space. Palm should be facing forward, like your chest at the end of the action. And then when you bring it in, palm is facing in towards the other palm. Plug the shoulders down, shoulder blades together. 5 more. 5, sitting up tall. And 4. Exhale to pull out on the band. Inhale to sit up taller as it comes in. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, pelvic floor muscles, the muscles that stop your stream of pee, lift in and up. Keep those going. Up, up, up. Last one. Great. Okay, let's set those bands to the side. We need our second to lightest band, though, to come up to stand for some wall diamonds. So you're going to take your second to lightest TheraBand, and you're going to wrap it from the ends around your fingers, and you're going to bring your back against a wall. From here, our dominant arm, that concave side, is going to pull down. They call this chicken wings on the reformer. It's going to pull down, elbow to the side of the body, and up. So give me 4 repetitions. Start wrapping from the ends of the band around both hands, and thumbs on the outside. Arms are up, and then we pull down with our concave side first, dominant arm pulling down, and make sure the other arm is right over the head in a diamond. Otherwise, it's going to hit the head as the arm goes down the wall. And back to center. Our goal here is to imprint the back, the upper back, as we're working to keep the wrist flat. This mimics a lat pull down, and as this band increases, it's quite a lot of work for your lats. Helps with scapular stability, upper back strength, combating that kyphosis. Go ahead and switch sides, switching to the convex side for some extra repetitions. Notice what happens when you pull down. Does the concave side arm move away from the wall? Can you keep it imprinting? Think about the front body trying to meet the back body and press the upper back into the wall. Low abs are pulling in and up. Stay with that breath. At any point you need to stop because you're fatiguing, do so, but stay with it. See if you can give me 5 more slow repetitions. Exhaling down, inhaling up. We opened up the pec minor and anterior delts by lying supine on the foam roller, so they shouldn't be aggravated by this motion, but it is intense. So fight for that imprint so that we don't feel the front of the shoulders pulling, that we're pulling from the upper back. Give me 1 more, and 1, stepping forward, a foot away from the wall. You can set the band to the side. Take a forward fold here, keeping your feet hip distance apart, just hanging over, grabbing opposite elbows. Inhale, Initiate a little side swing, side to side, bracing your abs, letting go of the neck. Now let's plant the hands on the ground, bending the knees on your exhale a little bit, and inhale, trying to straighten the legs but pull the pelvis down at the same time. So exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, pull the pelvis down as you try to straighten the legs. And exhale, bend the knees. Inner thighs pull back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Start to round up, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Vertebrae by vertebrae, slow and steady. Head will land last. Great work. We're moving into some lower body work. We're going to begin by foam rolling our posturally tight hip flexors, starting on the concave side, spending a little more time. You'll be on your forearms. Don't collapse into those arms. Digging into the groin area, hip flexor area, which is located here. Dominant leg first, other legs out to the side. You can always pad the knee of the other leg if you're noticing when you put it in that butterfly position out to the side, it is getting hit in a spot that bothers it. So do what feels best for your body today, but do get into these muscles. As you're rolling, if you notice a real tight spot, hold it there, and you can circle your foot out to distract yourself from the ankle joint. Eversion, working the foot, keeping the toes pointed. And then find another spot. Inhale to find the spot. Exhale, circle the foot away from the body, eversion, as you are breathing into that self-myofascial release for those hip flexors. Hang in there. Just 20 more seconds on this side. You're doing great work. Hear that breath, ujjayi breath, especially here when you're in a prone position. Belly needs to be in. We don't want to reinforce lordosis. Belly in. Fog a mirror with your exhales. Go ahead and set up on the convex side. We'll only be here for 30 seconds. So get right to it. Get into that fascia. Roll it out. Breathe into it. Footwork if you'd like, pointing the toes, circling the foot away from the body, waking up that ankle joint. Breathing. Our focus is going to be on our glutes and our hamstrings, but we really want to open those quadriceps and hip flexors so that they're not recruiting and firing as they do so frequently. So remember the pelvic flexion rule. If you're feeling those hip flexors, tuck your pelvis under and work in pelvic flexion. If you have chronic back pain, do not work in pelvic flexion. Work in a neutral pelvis. That's somewhere between arching and rounding your back. You've got to find that position to stay safe. Abs are always in. Let's make our way onto our backs, lying on our backs, supine, with our second to heaviest loop band around our outer thighs. So with this loop band around our outer thighs, and this is the purple band with the YouniquelyFit kit, I'd like you, if you have no knee issues, to grab your foam roller and to place the foam roller under your feet. If you have knee issues, please do this on the floor without the foam roller underneath you. Go ahead and lie down. If you're on the roller, point your toes and wrap them around the roller. Legs are hip distance apart if you have back issues. They can be closer together if you don't. Hands by your side or on your hips. Push down to go up, sending the pelvis up. You can tuck the pelvis at the top. Wrap the toes around the roller. Excellent. And slowly lower yourself down. From here, go ahead and extend your non-dominant leg shin. Extending it out. The legs can be together or hip distance apart, as I said, pointing the toes. Inhale, pelvis reaches forward as you go up on that concave leg, that dominant leg, into your single leg bridge. Using the glute strength, using the hamstring. And exhale, lowering back down slowly. Thighs should be at the same height of your lifted leg. Give me two more on the concave side. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. One more. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. You know what's next. Let's switch sides. We're going to do some extra reps on that convex side, evening everything out. If you feel knee pain, make sure you're using your feet fully, pointing the feet, or if the foot is solidly on the ground, all edges of the feet are pressing into the floor. And lower yourself down slowly on your exhale. Inhale to lift up. pelvis is tucked under and reaching for the wall in front of you. Articulate the spine on the way down, upper back, mid back to tailbone, lower to the floor. 4 more on this side. 4, and slowly lower. You're doing great. You can always switch to the floor if the roller becomes too much. And 3. Last 2, pull out on that band, hip distance. If you have back issues, keep the legs together. If you don't, 1 more. You're doing great. Inhale, lift the pelvis up. Belly button pulled in towards the spine and lower down. Wonderful. We're going to make our way up to stand, keeping this second to heaviest loop band around our outer thighs. Go ahead and grab your 3-pound weight, and you're going to go over to the wall. I want your dominant side of your body farthest away from the wall, standing by the wall like you're at a bar. And actually, let's have your non-dominant side farthest away from the wall. And you've got the 3-pound weight in the same hand as your outside leg. Hold onto the wall with your inside arm. We're going to pitch forward, reaching that weight towards our inside leg's foot. The outside leg is going to go behind us in a leg reach, more like Warrior 3. So yes, that's it. Good. So we're moving into a deadlift. Don't go all the way down. If you have back issues, you can go to where the body is just parallel to the floor. If you don't have back issues and you can bend that knee and you can tap the weight all the way in front of the toe, you're going to get more of a booty burn, hamstring action. A lot of glute max, glute min. Don't lock the knee at the top. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you come up. Good. Keep your legs hip distance apart. That's why we've got this band. We also activate the central hamstrings nice and parallel with the legs. Soft bend in the supporting knee. Good. Give me 1 more. And 1. So you should have been standing on your dominant leg for that set. We're going to switch to our non-dominant leg for some extra repetitions, that convex side. Taking it down. So the lifted leg is not really the working leg. It's the standing leg that we're really working. That glute med especially. Glute max as well. Good. Hear your breath. Exhale down. And it really helps to inhale and pull the pelvis down as you come up, getting right under yourself. Exhale down. If you're feeling knee pain, make sure you're using your abs and your lower pelvic floor. That's why I say inner thighs pull back on the way down so that you access the lower pelvic floor and inner thighs to control the knee traction. Good. 5 more. I know you can do it. 5. Make each one count. And 4. Hang in there. We've got a nice stretch coming your way. 3. 2. And last one. 1. Grab your trigger ball. So this can be a lacrosse ball. It can be a tennis ball. Any type of little ball you have. We're going to roll out our posterior tibialis. And I'll show you where that is. Your tibia bone is located here. And you're going to get medially inside below the knee. You can use the foam roller for this if you don't have a trigger ball. Take the band off the thighs, come into a side lying position. You want your top leg to be your dominant leg when you're lying on your side so that you can drop that leg forward and you can place the trigger ball medially close to the knee, slightly below the knee, riding up the tibia, rolling out that posterior tib in this side lying position. So the leg we're rolling is our dominant leg right now. Get into that fascia. Now, if you notice below the knee medially is not tender, go above the knee, right above the knee medially. There's a fascia line that attaches here and helps to drop the femur bone down. And it can also, if the femur bone's hiked up, it can put pressure on the low back. So that trigger point medially right above the knee is a great place if you're doing cardio pretty frequently or any high intensity work and you feel like you're getting low back pain. It's a great area to release. So get into that spot, give it a lot of attention. Just 20 more seconds here, finding spots below the knee and above the knee that need your attention. Breathing, trying to not arch your low back too much here. Keep your abs still engaged, pulling in towards your spine. 10 more seconds. Relax your facial muscles. Hear that ujjayi breath. Make your way to the other side. We won't be here for as long, so dig in immediately and try to find the tender spots below the knee first, the posterior tibialis. Often a sign that your knee traction is getting better is when the posterior tibialis is not sore and you're not noticing pain. And sometimes above the knee can be a little more painful because you're starting to recruit hamstrings and glutes and maybe activate the legs even more efficiently, but there can still be some imbalances, which causes you to grab in the hip flexor chain and quadriceps, and that femur bone can hike up. So it just depends on where your flexibility and strength is right now as to where you're going to find that tender area, but I'm pretty sure you can find some area that needs a little attention. One more breath here, and let's make our way up to a comfortable seated position. Great job. We're going to move into our standing series, starting with footwork and movement in the frontal plane for balance and injury prevention and sports enhancement. I want you to grab your second to heaviest loop band. This is our purple band with the YouniquelyFit kit, and you're going to sit in a chair. Make sure that the chair is not so high that you're not so low that your thighs are above your hips. You want your thighs below your hips when you're seated so we don't over-recruit the quadriceps and hip flexors. Place the band around your metatarsals, that's your toes. And from here, bring your hands to your hips. Thumbs to the bony protrusions of your hips, fingers pointing down towards the floor. Pull your shoulder blades together, sitting up tall. Inhale, feel as if your pelvis is pulling through that chair towards the floor. Exhale, concave side first, E version of the foot from the ankle joint. If you need to take your hands to your knees because you notice they're moving to push in on the knees, you can do that. But I want you to find the mobility from your ankles to move that band. So I'm going to encourage your baby toe. Go, baby toe, go. Baby toe. So it's the lateral intrinsic muscles of the feet that we need to improve the strength on to combat the pronation that's prevalent with lordosis. So this seems mindless. Make sure that you're actually really engaging your abs here and upper back. It should be a challenge because isolating something like our outer foot is no easy task. Go ahead and switch sides. Let's go to the convex side for a little more time. Now the ankle mobility is going to be better here, but we're going to do some extra repetitions just because the strength is not going to be as you're not going to be as strong. So watch out for the knees, watch out for gripping in the hip flexors, watch out for the head jutting forward. Lift the chin, take the gaze of the eyes a little higher than eye level. So many checkpoints. And be where you are, take what you can. You'll learn to assess what's going on in your body and do a body scan as you're working and be more efficient in your posture. Just keep throwing out ideas, though, to help you along the way. Let's keep going with that foot. Just about 20 more seconds here. Really getting into the foot because we're about to stand up and balance on one leg, and we want those feet to be working efficiently. Another 10 seconds here. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale to evert the foot. Inhale it back to center. You can go that slow. Exhale, evert the foot. Inhale back to center. Wonderful. Let's grab a 5-pound weight if you have it. And we're going to come over to the wall for some standing upper back work, bringing our arms into cactus, loading our concave arm first. We're going to do some overhead presses. So facing the wall, pressing that arm, sliding it up the wall. You were correct, back against the wall. And slide it up and down, trying to imprint the back. The other arm can be held up. It can also do the motion as well, but it won't be loaded. So whatever feels best, push the upper back into the wall. Find your imprint. Upper body strength work here. 2 more on the concave side. 1. And you're doing great. 2, switch sides. Extra work on that non-dominant side, that convex side. Really bring the shoulder blades towards the wall. If this 5 pounds is too heavy, then go ahead and switch back to the 3-pound that we offer in the YouniquelyFit kit, or if you have something that's 4 pounds, go ahead and grab that. Keep going. Inhale as that arm slides up. Exhale as it comes down. And remember, the slower on this, the better. Do not race through this. Front of the shoulder is tender. Low abs in. Soft bend in the knees. Don't lock out. We don't want to roll in on the feet. Knock the knees in. So keep them soft. Give me 2 more. You've got this. 2. Last one. And 1. Okay. We're going to bring our second to heaviest loop band around our outer thighs. This is just going to help us feel the abductors of the legs. It's going to help us with the balance. All we're going to be doing through our frontal plane of motion is a hamstring curl step to balance. But I want you to grab your second to lightest loop band. So you have the purple band if you have the YouniquelyFit kit around your thighs, and you have the green band around your wrist. So that's our second to lightest band. And our band is behind our back, palms facing the buttocks. So I like to say like Fosse arms, so a soft bend in the elbows, widening of the collarbone, like you're holding a beach ball behind you. Pull out on that band. Great. Step through space onto one leg. I don't care which leg you start with. Finding your hamstring curl. Thighs together if you don't have back issues, and hip distance apart if you do. Point the toes. I want you to pull out on the side of your standing leg with the arm 3 times. Pull out. Exhale. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Repeat, stepping to the other side. Find the balance. Hold it. Hamstring curl, pointed toes, and pulling out on that band. Exhale, inhale in. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, focus of the eyes is eye level. Inhale, pelvis down. Last time, travel through space, really travel. Challenge yourself. This is for injury prevention and sports enhancement. Unilateral balance, great work for the glute med. Great work for those upper back extensors. Make sure the chin's lifted. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Bring your front ribs towards my hands. Close the rib cage. Pull the abs in. Good. All right. Take those bands off. Going to move into some flexibility. So from here, we're going to set those bands to the side, standing with our feet hip distance apart. I want you to twist away from your concave, away from your dominant side, over the other leg. Forward fold. Rounding down, hanging out here. We'll be here for a minute. Connect with your breath. Soft bend in the knees. Nice release for the QL on the concave side. This is a really important one for you with scoliosis. And you don't need to do it to the other side. You can always do center folds. But as I mentioned before, when we're twisting, we really have got to increase the flexibility on the concave side to even out the shoulders. We've got one that's raised up due to underactivity and need for strength work, and one that is pulled down because it's overactive. And that pulls you into a twist towards the concave side. So right now we're twisting away, opening up that tight side. Stay here. Use your breath. You're doing great. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath, inhale. And rounding up over that side, pulling the abs in, pulling the inner thighs back, soft knees. Let's go ahead and grab our heaviest loop band, bringing it around our outer thighs. We're going to stand on our foam roller by a wall. We're going to take a forward fold, a center forward fold on the roller. This is going to challenge the low abs. It's going to be a nice stretch for the back. Great release for the neck. So, stepping up onto your roller, using a bar, wall, or counter to hold on to, feet hip distance apart. Wrap the toes around the roller, and when you're ready, begin to fold forward. Walking the hand that's on the wall down the wall. Soft bend in the knees as you fold forward. You can always take a yoga block or something in that outside arm's hand if you can't reach the floor, but most people with lordosis can because those hamstrings are so open. So when you're in this position, the knees have to be soft, abs have to be engaged. Holding it here. Inhale. Letting go of the neck. Exhale. And inhale. Pelvis pulls down. Inner thighs pull back. Can soften the knees even more if you can tolerate it. And you can have both hands on the floor, one hand on the wall, whatever you need for stability. And let's inhale together. Inner thighs pull back, exhale. And inhale, begin to round up, tucking the pelvis under you, walking the hand up the wall, pelvis pulling down towards the roller as you're coming up. Inner thighs pulling back towards the wall behind you. Yes, you will wobble, but this is great for the lower abs, and it feels great too. Slowly stepping off the roller. Great job. We're moving into some squats. We're going to be working on Malasana. Malasana is a deep squat pose in yoga. Now, if you have any knee issues, I'm going to offer a Sumo Squat, which is a lot less aggressive on the knees. I'm going to show you that variation. Take off the loop band we had on the thighs and grab your second to lightest band in the YouniquelyFit kit, which is our red TheraBand. And you're going to stand on it. So if you're doing Sumo Squat, it looks like this. And you can do the whole series in this position. If you're going to do Malasana and you have tight calves, you can always roll your yoga mat up and put your heels on the mat when you come into this deep squat. Hands are going to be in a prayer. Go ahead and step on the end of that TheraBand with your dominant leg, the concave side, with most of the band medially in towards your groin area. So it's not out to the side, it's towards the groin. Then you're going to bring your arms into your prayer position. We're going to inhale. Feet are about a little wider than hip distance if you're doing Malasana. They're a lot wider if you're doing your Sumo Squat. Hands in a prayer. Pull the pelvis down towards the floor as you inhale. Sit back into Malasana on your exhale. Inner thighs pulling you down. Stay lifted through your center. Bring your elbows to the insides of your thighs. From here, the loaded arm is going to press up as you inhale. One time, pressing overhead. And exhale it down. You may have to gather it a few more times to have some resistance. Inhale, press it up. Other elbows still pushing into the inner thigh and down. Pull the pelvis down as that arm presses up. Inner thighs back as it lowers down. Good. And inhale, standing up tall, pelvis pulling down as you come out of Malasana. Switch the band. We'll spend a little more time on the convex side. So if you're in your Sumo Squat, same thing, except you're not as deep in the squat. So save your knees if you have any knee issues. Go ahead and sit back on your next exhale, inner thighs pulling you down. Wedge the elbows in, push the thighs into the elbows and the elbows into the thighs. Pelvis pulling down, lift your shoulder blades together and take that arm that's loaded up. Inhale as the pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale. Pelvis pulls down, exhale, inner thighs pull back. Stay with the breath. Look forward, gaze is eye level. One more here. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and stand up on your next inhale, pelvis pulling down. One more set on this side. When you're ready, you can do the Sumo Squat variation if you've had enough of the deep squatting. If you want that extra burn, go for it. Inhale and exhale. Take it up. Inhale. You're doing great. Notice how the obliques have to fire to keep your torso lifted. Shoulder blades together. Give me one more. Pelvis pulling down as the arm goes up. Inner thighs pulling back as it comes down. Pelvis pulls down. Pelvic floor muscles pull up. Great. Okay, from here, set that band to the side. We're going to move into thigh stretch. Thigh stretch is an excellent way to open the quadriceps, reset the knees after doing any work that can be a little hard on the knees. And squats are hard on the knees sometimes until we get the proper traction. So grab your second to heaviest loop band. That's the purple band with the YouniquelyFit kit. Bring it around your outer thighs. And grab your second to lightest loop band, green band in our kit, to bring around your back. To bring around your hands, which are going to go behind your back. Just like in the frontal plane when we were stepping to balance, those fosse arms, palms facing forward, elbows softly bent. So we're standing on our knees, shins are on the floor. And if you don't have back issues, tuck your pelvis under, feet hip distance apart. If you do have back issues, neutral pelvis. Exhale to hinge back, straight line from knees out through the crown of the head. Pull out on your dominant arm one time, exhale. Inhale it back in. Non-dominant arm 2 times. Exhale, pull it out. Inhale in. Exhale, pull it out. Inhale in. And inhale, stand back up on the knees. Great. So make sure as you hinge back, your lower abs pull in and you're creating this nice diagonal. You're feeling a stretch in the front of the thighs, the top of the knees. So the shins and the tops of the toes are down on the floor. The toes aren't tucked under. Good. So we have that 1 time on the concave side and then 2 times on the convex, and then we rise back up onto the knees. Great work. Give me 2 more. Hinging back, stretching out those thighs. Exhale to pull out on the band. Inhale, center. Exhale, pull out. Inhale, center. Exhale, pulling out. Inhale, center, and standing back up. Great. 1 more set. Exhale, hinge back. Good. Inhale. Exhale, pull out. Inhale, center. Exhale, pull out. So when you're center, really pull the pelvis towards the knees. And then riding the breath back up. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Good. From here, we're going to move into some balance work in the transverse plane. Keep this second to heaviest band around your outer thighs. Keep this second to heaviest loop band, but now we're going to bring it above the elbows. So your arms are in what I call on guard position, engaging your scapular stabilizers. Grab your 3-pound weight and you're going to put it in your concave's hand. So holding it in that hand, elbows pulling out on the band, give me that nice lift, pull out. And from here, we're going to step to balance in the transverse plane. So I want you to take a quarter turn. It doesn't matter which side you start on, crossing the knee on top of the knee into eagle pose, wrapping the toes around, finding the back of the calf, sitting back, pulling out on that band with your upper arms. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, low abs pulling in and up. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, standing up, pass the weight to the convex side. Next 3 sets, you're going to hold the weight in your non-dominant arm. Quarter turn, find eagle pose, cross the legs, sit back, hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, inner thighs working, low abs pulling in. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, standing up. Keep the weight in that hand. Repeat, quarter turn to balance. Find it immediately. This is for injury prevention. Crossing over, sitting back. Hold it here. Inhale 1, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, low belly pulls in and up. Ujjayi breath. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale and inhale. Stand up. Last time, quarter turn. Find it. Booty should be burning by now. Go as deep as you can go. Think about my hands on your shoulder blades. Bring the front ribs towards them. Find the upper back. Lift the chin. Gaze is soft, but a little higher than eye level. Good. Standing up tall. Okay. After all that work, you deserve a nice stretch. So I want you to take those bands off and that weight, setting everything to the side. We'll need that second to lightest loop band though. And I want you to come into a child's pose with that loop band around your wrists and the hands on the foam roller, so that you have room for the chest to fall forward. Take the foam roller and take it on the diagonal away from your concave side. So we're going towards our non-dominant side in a child's pose that is twisted away from our dominant side, opening up that side body. Push the palms, flip the palms so they're facing one another. Pull out on that band a little and let the head fall through the arms with the chin a little lifted and engaged. Breathing into the opposing hip, your concave side hip, pushing that pelvis down towards the heels on your inhale, pulling back on the inner thighs on your exhale, deepening into this posture. Good. And in this posture, if you don't have any back issues, you can feel free to do some belly breathing to relax your nervous system, because we're in flexion, which should feel so good. So you can breathe into the belly, trying to expand it like you're mimicking a pregnant woman, imitating a pregnant woman's belly, and then let it come back in towards the spine. Again, inhale, belly expands, and exhale. And if you have back issues, just stick with that Ujjayi breath, pulling the belly in towards the spine and lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Every exhale, you fog a mirror. Make your way back to center in your child's pose. We're not going to hit the other side, as I mentioned, because we don't want to twist towards that concave side. We don't want to shorten it any more than it is shortened. Sit back on the heels, breathing here. Inhale 1, we're going to 3. Exhale 1, sit heavier. Inhale 2, inner thighs pull back. Exhale 2. Inhale 3, relax your brow. Exhale 3, making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Great work. We're moving into our final series, lunges and balance work in the sagittal plane. For our lunges today, we're going to use a slider disc. You can use a washcloth if you don't have a slider disc, and it's going to go under your back foot. We'll be doing side lunges and we'll be doing reverse lunges. We're going to start with our side lunges. You're going to use the second to lightest loop band around your back. Give me those Fosse arms. And you are going to slide out onto your dominant leg first, bending the dominant leg's knee. So as you go out, you're going to go out like this, out and in with the foot on the slider. The arm is going to pull out and in. So out and in, getting into that outer hip, sliding. So stay on the concave side first, pulling out and in. Nice inner thigh engagement, outer hip and in. Good. 2 more on the concave side, going out onto the concave side. And last one, out and in. Great. Let's switch to the convex side. Give me 12, counting you down, 11. Keep the shoulder blades together. 10 and 9. If you feel knee pain, brace your abs. Feel those baby toes working as efficiently as the bone of the big toe. Take your focus up eye level, shoulder blades together, low belly pulled in. Good. Go out and hold it out. Good. Hold it here and twist towards that side of the front leg or the bent leg. Twist back to center and pull it in. Add that twist for the last 5. Take it out and twist, center, and up. Good. 3 more. 3, twist. Pull the low abs in. Last 2, low belly. Pull tight towards the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale out. Twisting and center. Great. We'll press pause on that, coming back to our reverse lunges for our second set. But setting the slider, and we're going to keep this second. Oh, okay. We're going to grab the second to lightest TheraBand. That is our red TheraBand in the YouniquelyFit kit. Now, this is a funny one. This is one that this inspired by one of my favorite instructors. We're going to grab our TheraBand and we're going to tie it around our waist. I want there to be excess of the band on one side. So tie it with excess of the band hanging off around your waist. So tie it in a knot and make sure the knot's tight. And then the excess of the band, you're going to hold it in your concave side up on a V. And then the convex side, the weaker side, the thumb's going to go through it and pull down. Okay? So, taking that arm up, and the other thumb goes through the band and pulls down, plugging the shoulder down. So that is what our upper body is going to be in for our step to balance in the sagittal plane. Our lower body is just going to do a hamstring curl. So I want you to grab your loop band, and we're going to take that second to lightest loop band, the green band in the YouniquelyFit kit, around our ankles. Now, when you step forward, it's important to me that the leg you're stepping onto is the arm that's pulling down. Okay, so we're going to step forward. We'll do one side first, stepping forward and back onto that side. And then we will switch the grip of the arms so that we can. So from here, we're stepping forward to balance. Plug the shoulders down, stepping onto the same leg as our arm that's down by our hip. Other foot comes into the loop band, hamstring curl towards the butt. Loaded hamstring curl here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Both feet down. Same thing, stepping backwards to balance. Same side. Step back through space onto that same leg. Hamstring curl, foot into the band, inner thighs together if you can get them, hip distance apart if you have knee or back issues. Hold it here, chin up, pulling down, using those low abs. Excellent. Okay, switch the band. Switch the side that is up on the high V, and go ahead and pull down with the other side, stepping forward, finding that hamstring curl. Hold it. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, and stepping backwards. Same side, stepping through space, challenging your balance, finding it. Tuck the pelvis, pull the low abs in, close the front ribs, lift the chin. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Pull those inner thighs back. Inhale, low abs pull in, and exhale. Great. Grab that second to lightest loop band. Take the band off of your body. You can set it to the side for now. Second to lightest loop band is our green band in the kit. Grab your slider. We're going to move into reverse lunges. So your concave leg will be in front, and you will pull out as you slide back into your reverse lunge, and you're pulling out on the arm on the side of your concave side. So give me 4 of those first, and then we'll switch to our convex. So sliding it back, pulling out on the same side as your front leg. Give me 4 more. 4 and 3. Stay on that same side. Good. 2 more. Exhale as you go back. Inhale as you come in. Exhale as you go back. Inhale as you come in. Let's put on our second to heaviest loop band around our outer thighs for the other side so that we do not have any knee issues with the tracking. And you can always wear this the entire time. I should have mentioned that. So make sure if you have knee issues that you do this. This helps with traction. So go ahead and let's repeat the convex side. We'll do some extra repetitions. Notice how it kind of helps with the tracking as you slide back and you bring it in. Good. Still doing that arm movement, pulling out on the convex side with the arm and in, keeping the elbows soft, shoulders plugged down, focus of the eyes up a little higher than eye level, and bringing it out and in. And give me 4 more. 4 and 3. Make each one count. Exhale, go back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as you come in. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back, pull out on that band. Inhale, pelvis pulls down and up. Give me 2 more. 2 more. You've got this. 2. And last one. And 1. Wonderful. Let's take those bands. Let's keep the band that's on the thighs on, that second to heaviest, the purple band in our kit. And you're going to make your way onto your stomach, lying prone for a prone floor twist, opening up the hip flexors and the pec minor. Bring your dominant arm, the concave arm, into a cactus position. And we're going to spiral around, lifting our opposite leg of the hand that's in cactus up, stacking the hips, and moving into what we call attitude in ballet. So you're opening up, twisting away from the concave side. So the concave arm is down, opening up. And breathe into that. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Great. We're going to move into Shavasana, taking that band off, coming to lie slowly on our backs. Feel free to put a blanket over you, a pillow under your head, closing your eyes, closing our practice here. Palms facing up towards the sky, quieting the mind. Bring one hand to your belly. Do some belly breathing here. Soft facial muscles. Inhale into the belly, expanding the belly out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, let it fall back towards the spine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, push it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, falls down. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, plug the shoulders down. And sigh it out. Rolling off to whatever side feels natural, making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Great work.